As per our program this afternoon, we begin an opening welcome, followed by Mr. Peter Barra, who will give the outcome for the workshop. And then we will have a participant response from the panel. Then we will have a closing remarks from our CEO. And then we will have a presentation of this to our facilitators. And then we close with a word of prayer, blessing of the food, and that's the end of our program. Okay. As one of the participants from this middle management workshop, we would like to thank you and welcome our CEO for the promise. Hallelujah, is with us, the biggest closing program. We also have our director for public health, Mr. Masi, who is also here with us. And we have the director for curative, Mr. Pilindor, who is also with us here. We also have some team members from our corporate, our HR and accounts who are here with us. Thank you for coming and witnessing this program. From this group here, for this first step of the middle management workshop, we have representatives from curative health, from the unit supervisors to the senior nursing officers. We have the optician, we have SSMO from AME, we have SMO from radiology, we have SSMO from pediatrics, SSMO from dental, and we have our medical technologies representing the curative health. From the public health, we have the Deputy Director for Public Health Programs. We have 4 district health managers from the 4 districts. We have the nurse supervisors for some of the public health programs. We have senior environmental health officers from the districts and for the province as well. We have program coordinators for disease control and for family health. We also have our partners from the church. We have South Sister Evangelical Church. We have Lutheran, we have Catholic, PIM, TIM, CAF, and Masarit. We have these people with us during this 1 week middle management workshop. On their behalf, we would really like to appreciate the 3 facilitators, 2 who have joined us yesterday, and Mr. Peter Barham, who was with us since Monday, but we started late at 2 o'clock. But we really appreciate all the many things that you have taught us this week. So now we have come to an end of this training and workshop. I believe when we go back, we will be good managers, managing ourselves. We have to manage ourselves, and we have to manage our staff and the facilities that we are about to manage. So with this, I will now ask Mr. Peter Barra, who was the co-facilitator, or was the main facilitator for this 1 week workshop. I will ask him to give his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you. You must be getting sick of listening to me after a full week. First of all, let me congratulate you on lasting the week. Well done, all of you. It's not easy, particularly when the topics are new and you're trying to grasp the concept and trying to understand. So I congratulate you all. You've done very well. like I said, leadership and management is an art, and you must continually practice it. You can't just learn the theory, you have to put it into practice. It's like an elite sports person. Okay? They have to continually practice to be good at their role and their sport. It's like managers are the same. If you want to be an effective leader, effective manager, you have to practice every day. Put it into practice. I've watched all of you through the various sessions and the case studies that we run. It was good to see you interact well. Some of you didn't know each other before you got here, and it's really good to have seen you come together like this. And I'm glad that we've been facilitators in that regard. Growth, whether it's personal growth or organisational growth. I mentioned it in my slide, but I want to just highlight a couple of things. It means any sort of growth that you undertake means stretching yourself beyond your normal comfort zone. You're past your limit. Okay? You have to push yourself. If you want to achieve something, you have to push yourself. Get out of your comfort zone, get out of your routine, and push yourself. Okay? You also have to challenge yourself to do the things that we've been talking about in each of the topics that we discussed. Okay? It doesn't happen by itself. Start with the mindset, have the body follow, and then have the heart for the caring and compassion to your staff and to your patients. The mindset, think about these things. We need to move from an autocratic model to a democratic model. Okay? We need to move from hierarchies to networks. Teams networking together, not just strict hierarchy. Remove the barriers. We need to move from controlling, directing controlling, to empowering our staff. Now, being not afraid to delegate to them. Remember what I said, you should not be doing all the work yourself. You should be building up others. That means delegating to them, showing them, coaching them, mentoring them, and motivating them. And you need to move away from being self-centered to being team-focused and results-oriented. And I'm just going to, in that way, sum up the week. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We've enjoyed giving the course. We always do. We learn a lot. I've learned things listening to you all. And hopefully you've learned from the three of us. I'd like to thank Dorothy and Priya for coming and sharing their knowledge and skills. They work in particular areas that I'm familiar with, but not as familiar as they are. And hopefully you've gained some lessons out of both of them. And the last point again, I will reiterate, you're not alone. If you need help, please call on us and we're happy to come. Thank you very much for the week. Safe journeys home to your families. Relax over the weekend, put those books away, relax, and then come back to it on Monday. Don't do it over the weekend. All right? Thank you very much.
Before I call upon the participants representative of our protocol, I forgot to mention the other parts of our group were in this training. Unfortunately, we didn't have anybody representing the correct team, but we had some people from the executive office of CEO. We had the DSA officer, the legal officer, and the EO who were with us during this type of training. I will now ask our representative, participants, representative of our work activities, representing all of us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I brought the laptop because many pages to read from, so you bear with me. It's 1 week of voluminous information to read from. Anyway, today we have come to conclusion a very informative 9 years. We become strangers, although we work in the one institution. Made friends, caught up with our friends. Most importantly, as we have faithfully made ourselves available to receiving missionaries. And as the saying goes, all good things must come. However, another saying goes that walk must go. So we have been empowered through this workshop to go back to our workplaces and do what is required of us. Before I continue further, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our CEO, Director of Vanderbilt, Director of Vanderbilt, our facilitators, Dr. Byron, Dr. Prayer, and Dorothy Kaiser, and to your participants. I'm truly humbled to be given the honor on your behalf to say a word of thanks to our facilitators, also to say some insight to this wonderful course. I think my job is made easier because on a daily basis, Peter has got us to tell him the learning points and what insights the learning is taking. So, for me to give you everything, it's a 10-page, I decided to cut it down to 5 pages. For the sake of our facilitators and some of you participants who don't know me, my name is Dr. Homo, radiologist. I've been here for 1 week. Actually, not 1 week, but 1 week. And it seems like 1 week. Some of you may think that I'm from Pokiwanigela, but I'm actually from Lightway. Lightway is East Coast of Vanuatu, West Coast of Vanuatu. Those of you who prepare butters, will have passed through my village before you. Anyway, as I've said, I cannot summarize everything in 5 minutes because of the volume of information imparted to us by our facilitators. A few insights that I will share is only a snapshot, and you all at the home take home messages that you go back to your place. I'm also very mindful that a very beautiful speech does not make me better leader. My seniority does not make me any better leader. So let's put away some of our trendy ways and Melanesian cultures and demand results from us. Only then we can pay our place. I'm also mindful that time is very limited. It's a very scarce resource. So that's why I was originally cut down the 10 pages to 5 pages.
10 minutes.
Now, as I look around, I see the length and breadth of cities. You vary in ages, you vary from where you come from, where you work. And there are many colors of health professionals. I come from the next generation. And some of you come from the same generation as I am. In the VIC, I'm from the white generation, and there are few millennials. However, as health professionals, we all have one profession. The moment we enter the profession, the moment we exit, we all have the same focus and the same objective. And And hopefully this knowledge imparted to us will enable us to sustain this focus. Since I'm from the next generation, I started schooling on Bendigo. So it is a 50-year journey for me, for those of you who are in the next generation. So what a better time to be a participant in this workshop, because we will now be in a better position to see what we have done and what we have not done to change the course of the country. And the speaker has illustrated very well the spiraling nature of our processes. So growing up post-independence, health services was necessary. We have good mortality limitation. If somebody cannot be able to come to the community health post, the aid post already then would walk to their houses to give medicine. Sometimes it's a 3 or 4 hour journey. My uncle was an aid post already, so I used to take along carrying his bag medicines. Those days there were no disposable needles or syringes. There was big needles that if you see, you would have pain before the needle actually gets in the body. And they would carry kerosene bags because they would go and sterilize those glass syringes and needles. They used to reuse them. So those were the days, but still everyone got access to health services. 50 years on, I cannot say the same. Good clean water is a scarcity. So basically, the wheels of service delivery is slowly coming. TB is never gone away. It is coming back harder. And we had the barrel of trauma, the exponential rise in cancer incidences, the non-communicable diseases. You can imagine that those diseases will have on our health budgets. So throughout this 1 week, we have been taking this task and passionately challenged by it. Change the way we think, change the way we do things for He has given us the tools, and it's up to us now to use them. As managers and leaders, we must strive to build high performing teams that will achieve results through nurturing, mentoring, and the use of appropriate leadership skills. We must be inclusive, recognizing the strengths of each of our leaders. We must not allow, we must allow gender participation in everything we do and break the existing barriers, the obstacles to service. And finally, we must remind ourselves that if we do not manage ourselves and our teams well, we are bound to increase the risk in our workplaces. And at worst, we might get caught in the middle of medical legal litigation, which is a booming and upcoming industry. People are looking to tap into the industry. And Dr. Preya has beautifully illustrated and given us examples. Some of those examples are very fresh in our minds. So fellow citizens, expect more from yourself than from others. If you expect from others, the expectation of yourselves. If you set yourself a benchmark, you can only inspire someone. Now let me turn my attention to our students. to the Baron, Dr. Prayer and Dorothy. From the bottom of my heart, we are very thankful for your time, coming and imparting your knowledge, your expertise, volumes of information. It will take us time to digest, but hopefully we can start producing in increments. Discussions this week were very, very stimulating. We thank you for your honesty. We thank you for allowing us, the group, to participate in a manner that is so good. We apologize if at times our discussions have gone off track or been interrupted. And we thank you for your patience. To many of our participants, this may be first and the last as we cross paths, but we hope that whenever we are down in wisdom, we can always come back to Father's wisdom and knowledge and expertise. And we are greatly indebted to the person for your time. And we hope that we can continue to work as we supporting it. It's a great shape to achieve this moment. And later on in the program, as a mark of our deep appreciation, our two team leaders will present their gift that we will take back as a memory and an honor to us. Before I finish, let me take this time also to thank our management team led by our CEO, Mr. Kaluria, and Ms. HCM, Senior Executive Management, our training officer, for enabling this workshop to continue and allowing staff the time to come and be recipient of this new information. We also like to acknowledge all our drivers. I think many of us depend on the hospital vehicle to drop us off, and without them, we will not be ahead. Last but not the least, the management and staff of DHC for the good food, for the environment that set for us. Some of us have not cooked for 1 week now. We support a good food, yes, we adjust again to our routine of cooking again. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, we've sorry, a little bit of change. Before I allow our CEO to give his closing remarks, I will ask our new director for the Director of Services, Dr. Timon, will give his remarks before he can go. I'll ask him to give his remarks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, CEO. I mean, I didn't expect to stand up here and give some remarks, but the opportunity has arisen. So, I'd like to actually thank, well, first of all, acknowledge the trainers, Mr. Ram and Mr. Priya and all those ones who have participated in actually giving, facilitating this workshop training. Acknowledge you and thank you. I'd like to also acknowledge our CEO, for actually having that vision in regards to training and empowering the workforce in actually trying to deliver the health service here, but not only delivering it, but actually putting CP on the path to be up there. Not to have internal competition, apparent bros premier, not to give me but actually to train you guys to get CP top in BNG. And I acknowledge the CEO. Thank you for that. My fellow directors, Mr. Masi, and other management team here, for actually wanting and sharing that vision. We have come to the end of the workshop, but actually if you sit from day one till now, does the content make any sense to you? Can you actually sit down and picture where you are and bring yourself down to that level to implement knowledge, papaya, and nothing? It becomes meaningful when you can actually translate it to practicality and have it executed at your workstation. And the best outcome of it would be your patient goes home smiling. Here we have divisions. We have public health, we have curative health, and we have corporate. And then you have partners coming in. But then at the end of the day, it's one vision, it's one target, it's one indicator of achievement. That when you actually translate all those things that you have learned, your patient goes home smiling. The best indicator of all indicators is patient paper talk. Thank you. We come here and mixing good bellies. You can handle it. Whether he survives or not survives, if he doesn't survive, then talk, thank you. You've given your best, and I've seen your best. So I challenge you participants on behalf of the SCM and on behalf of the development middle management there. You go down to the level and translate what you have learned in practicality. If you have seen what you have learned today, you can break it up. And I think last time I spoke to the other, you break it up into the S's. 5 or 6 S's. 1, staff. Staff bringing must come up with training, must come up with credential bringing must be blood. You must be quality. And under staff, you must have the pillars. You must be knowledgeable, you must be skillful, you must have the experience as a developer, and you must have the right attitude to actually implement. And I'm not going to stand out for them stuff. And when you have that, your workstation may become productive. So stuff is correct. Then the structure and the space. So even, I don't know, you talked about it here. It has to be correct. Your flow of work has to be correct. If it's not correct, then go back and correct it. And then you have other stuff, STU, the equipment and the consumables. Learn the art of managing them well. And then what's the other S? Systems and processes. Now I came into the last time and I saw that the PHA and how we're trying to incorporate all those systems and blend them, clinical governance and all those. Put that into perspective. We have a lot of job to do. Yeah. And it's part of QA, QC, quality assurance, quality control. Those are the things. How well are you doing it? Very well. How well are you here? And then at the end of it now, the other S now is the support, networking. If I'm curative, how do I network with public health? How do I network with the corporate sector? How do we network with other partners that are coming? You have to have support. So I believe that you have been imparted and drilled in very well, but challenging new people are now renewal that you and I and the SCM support our CEO, support our governor, our board, and let's put this PHA, which is very, very challenging, which is a very large area, and it's both marine and under mountain. Let's get it up for our city population and for here. So one thing is, let me thank you for that. We thank you, Lord, the line for preparing for that. And that's, we got a big job to do, that's translate. Thank you very much. Oh, yes, sorry. I'll excuse myself here, but you need to see them. I came here, so I have to apologies. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. This is a speech from Director Enrique. This is very true. In the organization, we have just learned for the purpose of this program. There are 3 types of people in this. We have 30% of us who support the goals and aims of our organization. 30% of us are fence sitters, and the other 30% are don't care. They don't care. So we've learned so much in this training. I will now ask our CEO to give his closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you. Firstly, when I enter this room, it's full of energy and ambience. I'm excited when people are, fully charged with all the informing center about the management skills. And for me as a CEO, I'm really excited because now I have the real middle management team at hand. So in any organization, you really need a middle management team that will play this very vital role to act as a bridge between the upper management, which is the leadership management, the CEO, board, and of course the frontline employees. So you're the bridge that I believe that during this week we have been taught about so many management skills, communication skills, and many management tools that you're going to use while doing this management. I'm really excited because now you're going to relieve many of the pressures from the management, especially the upper management. So you're going to give those at your level, the management. So I'm really excited, and I probably this training would be something that we will discuss with the Baran, so that we can try to get training for the next batch that is coming. So the period and the expiry date of the HSSD. So for your information, the HSSD will be expired at the end of this year with the Baran and Dr. Priya and Dorothy, the HSSD division. So we hope and pray that this division will be continue with the same arrangement with the Department of Health, so we can get this training and other support that we receive. But before I discuss about a few other remarks that I would like to say, on behalf of everyone who is here, and of course the board and my management, I'd like to say thank you very much to 3 of our specialists. Peter Baran is a specialist of the HR, is a HR advisor. So you get this training during the week, and all these things that you taught to Peter, you get it from a specialist person. So you're privileged to have those information. So thank you, Peter, for your time throughout the week. So thank you so much. We have also another specialist, Dr. Priya, who's also specialized in the clinical governance and standards. So I believe during the last 2 days, you probably have some fair ideas about the clinical governance and the standards. So I also invited, extend invitation to Dr. Priya to come back with Peter Pinda and the team by the third week of this month, next month, so that you can continue to learn more about clinical governance. It's something that is really new to many of our staffs and employees in the hospitals. And the last but not the least, we have a specialist person also in charge of the gender and communication. We're privileged to have you here because recently I appointed one of my very experienced executive secretary. She's been there with the organization for quite a long, so I just promoted her to be the guest. So this is some gray hidden gaps that she needs to learn a lot from. So probably you can continue to communicate with us, with friends, or guests to be in the agency. So thank you very much for your time, and really appreciate your time here. ECP is, we have experienced a lot of issues. Just 2 days ago, I received comment from the staff and the patients, so we are about to close down, to scale down the services again. We've been, facing a lot of issues about probably power issues and water issues and all these things. So it's a very challenging place for us to manage as a PhD, but a lot of issues that we encounter as managers. So these people who are sitting here, they are part and parcel of this very big organization that we try to improve. So what they learn from you and from the respective facilitators, I hope they want to put into practice. And my question that I questioned after seeing the presentation from Peter Baran, my question to the participants is, which one are you? I have a team here. I'm trying to build a team. And as you can see, I've done a reshuffle in the DHM level. Now I'm doing the reshuffle in the directorate level. So we have new more directors coming up. By next week, I should be traveling to Port Moresby for interviewing new director of corporate services. So these are change management we try to go through. So, and that training now throughout the week is timely because we're gonna have our standards and accreditation is coming out. We need people to be part of this change. So my question to you is, which one are you? From the 3 people who with the parents, are you going to be part of my team to change the ACPHA to be top in the country? Or you want to be the just observer, someone sitting on the fence, wait until the opportunity comes? Those are, when you presented to someone sitting on the fence, these are opportunities people. Sitting there, wait until the outreach program or one investment, want to travel to get something. No vision, no directives, no nothing. So which one are you? But those people don't care. I believe 50 of the participants that I approved, many of you are here, I believe. It was from the list that I got. Executive and corporates, about 5 participants. And the curative, nursing, and the nursing is about 10, and medical science 9, total of 19. And of course, public health is 50. And we have the church of Christian services about 11, total of 50. So I hope during the week, 50 of you, 50. And I believe when I start counting here, that many of you here, or most of you will be present here, are part of my team that we want to change. You're the one that's the first one that did the Baran present that. So let's think differently. It's a change management. There's an 8 step of the change management that's already present with you. Think differently. When you go reflect on what you learned, okay, you reflect on it and you do your plan and start implementing. And perhaps you do your own evaluation of the performance. Come up with new things that can change your units where you manage respective responsibility that you are doing. And I'm also thankful that we have so a few, I think 4 or 5 specialist doctors here, and our senior research doctors here. I'd like to say thank you. This is it's very, you know, that most of you taking your time to be part of this training to change our change our mentality, the way we manage things, and then we move forward. PhD is unlike before. We are now gradually changing and we are moving up. That's inspiring, we're improving. And from the zone that we are so comfortable with, the zone 2019, that's where we used to be at. That's on our spot. So ECP used to be on the 19, 20, 18, come down again on 20. So for the first time in 2024, our performance is improved up to halfway, it's about 11. So 11 out of 20 PhDs. It's a good news for us. And I'd like to say thank you to our public health team for that work. And we believe that by next year, this year, report for 2024, we probably move up to single number or somewhere around there. And that's for public health. For curative, standards is coming up, cure to learn standards. And as I've also always mentioned to my directors, Director Curative and Corporate and Public Health, I said, there is no college, there is no university for a director's position or even a CEO's position. The only thing that you mastermind to become the best CEO or the best Director Curative is go by standards. And we're pleased to have Dr. Priya here, so Dr. Priya can come regularly here to visit us or change our the way of understanding the standards. And we can use whatever we learned here, and then we can change our PhD, and especially the clean work governance part of curative work services. We receive a lot of complaints from the curative work services, patients complain. And that's not a good indicator as Dr. Director Curative was just mentioned. The best indicator is the patient must be happy after receiving all the services from the hospitals. 2 weeks from now, we're going to receive our team from NDOH, Peter Pilan, Dr. Scotty, and I believe Dr. Priya will join them to come, and then talk about standards. So it's a big part of the awareness that they're going to share with us. And they'll be here for at least a week. First day is about awareness and about the standards. Probably second day, 10 days, training our internal surveyors. And I believe most of you here already trained the middle management team. I would suggest you will be part of the team for internal surveyors. So you train as internal surveyors for 2 or 3 days. You've done your mock assessment. And then eventually at the end of the week, Friday, they'll present you a certificate to be an internal surveyor for our preparation to our computation surveys. And thankful that Peter Brown has started off with our middle management team. You are now part of the SCM team in the middle management. So talk as a CEO, talk as a director, curative, council system. Don't talk as a normal employees. You're already a manager. You should be part now. Peter, are we going to give them the certificate of awards?
No,
Secretary side. So in 2022, I believe you presented the 10th grade certificate from Peter Durham wrote. So taking present. So once you get the certificate, think like the managers. So change management. So you change here, think differently, and to so that all in all, public health are doing very well. Curative also must come with it, standards, so that every one of us contribute and we can elevate our PhD to be talking the country probably next year or because that being said, I'd like to say once again thank you, Peter, for everything, and I believe that's my request to you. If the extension of the HSPP secretary allows and the course of government allows it, and probably we can request for another same training for best of our middle management team. Especially, I want to involve as much as we can all the specialist doctors. And as you requested, we can involve our deputies, directors, so everyone must be on the same page when we. So you train already, so when you make some decisions at the lower level, people out there must appreciate the decision and must comply with that. And so it's very important that Peter, Baran, and I have already discussed about it. So probably the next coming one we can involve our part of the ACM involved in the part of the facilities. Peter, thank you very much. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Priya. Thank you, Dorothy, for your time, and wish you well and safe to take the home. Thank you.
We will proceed on now to taking of gifts. Someone, I think, can you make yourself available with the gifts to our the participants, I will ask our management team for PHA. Everybody, okay, go ahead with the presentation. Okay, next, we begin the discussion to Mrs. Dorothy Kesa, Vice. The next will be Dr. Priya. And then the next up, Mr. Warren. Thank you, that's from our management team. Now we have from the participants. Okay. Mr. Baran. Okay, this gentleman here, he will, on behalf of all the church and facilities, he will present that this to you. Representing the Providia, will be presented to Dr. Priya. Okay, now we have Mr. Farami, who will be representing our curative health team, will be presenting introduction.